African leaders and international delegates have begun to arrive in Glasgow, Scotland for the Cop26 climate conference. Among those who arrived on Monday were Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari, Kenyan leader Uhuru Kenyatta, and Rwandan Prime Minister Edward Ngerete. They were greeted by UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson and UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres. Representatives of more than 200 countries are gathering for the conference. From October 31 to November 12, they will discuss new targets for cutting or curbing the growth of emissions that contribute to climate change. African countries are expected to use the COP summits to demand rich nations honor and then deepen their pledges to fund the fight. Official figures show that between 70 to 80% of the $100 billion target had been delivered, but a lot of the countries say they haven't seen the money on the ground. A skyscraper under construction collapsed on Monday in Nigeria's economic capital, Lagos, trapping many people inside. The spokesperson for the Lagos State Emergency Agency, Nosa Okumbo, confirmed the collapse as that of a 25-story building around Ikoyi, Lagos. Officials could not say how many people were trapped, but workers and neighbors were scrambling to pull people from the rubble.
The technical officers now, the site engineers now, the government engineers, they will now meet and find out what is the cause. But for now, what you're after is to rescue lives that are there.
According to local residents and workers at the site, some of whom were covered in dust, dozens of people were inside when the building collapsed. Ikoyi is one of the most upscale residential and business areas in Lagos, the economic capital of some 20 million people. We will not die this year, no matter how they say or want us to. I will live up to 120 years. I was going out to buy my food to eat, and I saw the building starting to collapse. There are many people trapped inside, but I thank God for my life. Building collapses are common in Lagos. In October 2020, a building under construction collapsed in Ikoyi, killing 8 people and seriously injuring 10. In March of the same year, 20 people were killed when a building housing a kindergarten and elementary school collapsed. Somalia on Monday began electing lawmakers for its lower house of parliament, the next phase in a long-delayed and turbulent process towards a presidential vote that has sometimes turned violent. 2 members were elected to represent Somaliland, a breakaway state that does not have international recognition. The first 2 lawmakers for the next 275 lower house of national parliament were elected at the voting ceremony in the capital Mogadishu under heavy security. Monday's ballot followed a complex indirect model used in the past to choose new leaders.
doorashada golaha shacabka ee baarlamaanka federaalka Soomaaliya oo maanta oo ay tahay koodii.
On November 1st, 2021, the election of the House of the People of Somali Parliament has officially started with 2 seats, numbers 239 and 237, which Bihi and I contested. The start of the election of this House is a victory.
inaynu maanta furano daah furno iba furno doorashada golaha shacabka Soomaaliyeed.
Somalia has not held a one-man, one-vote election in 50 years. Once elected and sworn in, both houses of parliament then vote for the next president. South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa cast in his ballot on Monday at the Itekani Primary School in Soweto. The South African leader's vote comes in local elections expected to reflect growing discontent with the African National Congress, whose popularity has been waning even before deadly riots in July.
We know what the problems are. The problems are clear, and we have said that this time around we want to correct what has not been going well.
John Steenhuisen is the leader of South Africa's main opposition, Democratic Alliance. He cast his vote at his former school, Northwood Boys High School.
Okay. My whole life I'll be involved with the DA until my dying day, because I passionately believe that this party is the future for South Africa. It's the only party that's bringing South Africans together from different backgrounds, from different religions, from different communities around a common set of values and principles.
About 26 million people registered to vote out of an eligible population of around 40 million. They are choosing local councillors in 257 municipalities, but turnout is expected to be low.
English Premier Football Club Tottenham Hotspur has fired manager Nuno Espírito Santo. The dismissal takes place after only 4 months on the job and followed the home defeat of 3-0 to Manchester United last Saturday. Out of 10 Premier League games, Tottenham lost half of the matches and is now 10 points behind leaders Chelsea. Nuno Espírito Santo was named Spurs manager on a 2-year contract in June after 4 years at Wolves. The leading candidate to replace the Portuguese manager is former Chelsea and Inter Milan boss, Italian Antonio Conte.